What's going on, everybody? And in this video, we'll be taking a look at the Creator's Hunter 51, which is the level 49 vehicle in the Motor Pass. This thing is free. I'm sure many people probably be pretty mixed on, well, this van being free in level 49 for that matter, because there's some other really cool vehicles in this pass, like the Yamera. I really love that thing, but this thing is actually free. I don't know how many people actually be driving it. I'd be surprised if I actually see this thing in any races for that matter. Nonetheless, though, it's kind of cool looking, I guess, and all you gotta do is hit level 49 to unlock it. So let's go check it out, see if there's any customization that can be done, which probably not because it already looks heavily customized. But right here, you guys will see you can also change the color if you would like. If you do change the Ubisoft colors on there, if you want to put these on there, or just change the front there. You can also remove the livery if you would like. So if you want to see what that looks like, all you gotta do is come over here and do that, and that's what it will do there. So I'm actually gonna do it. It looks kind of clean. I actually like how that looks just like that. So I'm gonna leave it, and then obviously no visual parts there because the thing's already heavily customized. You can zoom in on here and check it out. Got the fan back there, got the piece there. Obviously there's no detail in the back of the truck, so you can't see back there. The interior looks pretty nice, so for the most part, keep out there. Decent rims, I guess, and then we can go over to the vanity items and then add whatever tires you guys want. Smokes, nitros, and underglows. You can also add a rooftop thing to it as well, and that is pretty much it. Really not much that can be done this thing customization wise. I'll probably just leave it regular, and I don't know why the green tires are on there now. So when it comes to the customization on the Hunter 51, that is pretty much it. And well, to be honest, I think that's for good measure, mainly because the vehicle is kind of already customized. I mean, it is literally a custom, like, outdoor tracking alien kind of van thing. It's got the fenders on it. That looks like an AC fan thing back there. It looks kind of cool overall, honestly. I'm really wondering how this thing is going to actually drive, though. So I'm going to do a top speed run with it right now, and then I'm going to jump into a Rally Raid race and test it out in there. I really did think this was actually a service vehicle, but it is not. Probably because, well, it is more of a racing vehicle, although how many people are actually going to be racing this, I really like to know and see how this thing will actually do, because I don't think anyone's actually going to be using it, but let's go find out. So now arriving outside with the Hunter 51, well, taking a look at it, obviously the satellite on the top there is going to be moving. That little piece on the side will also be spinning there as well. And then the back fan and the little AC thing looks like it is working, and that is pretty much it. Obviously the lights up here, you can turn the lights on top as well, so that's pretty cool there. Also turn them off, so I do like that feature at least. And looking inside of it here, let's go take a look at the interior. So obviously not too much really in here. There's a little map there, it looks like, which is kind of cool for like navigation. Got like a little CB radio up there. And then that is pretty much all. You, like I said, you can't really see behind. I can actually go out of this camera view and look. See, there's nothing like any detail wise inside the truck, which doesn't really surprise me. Anyway, let's go see what this thing can do for speed now. So I wonder how fast it'll actually be. I'm sure it's not going to handle that great. But let's go find out. So it is making that weird sound, almost like it's like tracking. You guys can hear that a little bit there. So acceleration-wise, it's actually a little bit faster than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a 5-speed, so I'm hitting Nitro Chemist right now at 140, which is normally what a lot of the Rally Raid vehicles can sit at when racing. So let's see what this thing can get to as a top speed. 180 miles an hour. Wow, so this thing's actually faster than the V8 Defender, which is kind of funny for top speed. That thing only does 164, 163-ish. This thing will go all the way up to 180 with a little more nitrous. I went all the way up to it again. So the speed of the Hunter is obviously going to be pretty top tier. Let's go into the first person view. When it comes to the interior though, I gotta admit it looks pretty much like I thought it would. I wasn't expecting the interior to be like super fancy in here, but let's go off-road here for a second before I jump into that race. Kind of see how this thing's going to handle over here. Now I'm not going to lie, it's faster than I thought it was going to be. And the stability on it's actually pretty decent for how, you know, being how this van actually looks and what it's actually for. I'd say a lot of people won't actually be racing it, but nonetheless, at least it can actually do it if you guys wanted to mess around and try it out. Let's go this direction here. So it's holding its speed nicely. It is actually really nice stability as well. It's not really losing itself on jumps and all that, and it can actually save itself in turns. It doesn't like mess itself up or anything. So here's a bunch of trees again. Woohoo! I'm surprised I got all through that. Alright, let's go jump into the race right now and see how this thing will do in there. So I gotta admit, from driving this thing a little bit, it's probably gonna be more of a collection type of vehicle, and with the lovely weird camera angles here, like, what is that? So let's move that back over here. I gotta admit though, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be for being a van when I first saw this thing. I thought it was gonna be absolutely awful and probably turn like a bus, but luckily it's really not too bad, and it is actually pretty decent overall for its stability and stuff like that, which I'll get into in a minute. Overall, though, the turning and handling on it is a lot better than I thought. You know, being a vehicle this high and stuff, I thought it would, like, have issues turning. But no, this thing flies around turns like a lot of the other Rally Raid vehicles do. And hilariously enough, this thing's actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be, which I thought it was going to be a little slower than this. But man, this thing can hold some speed nicely, though. Speed up a little bit here. So Obviously, I really thought this truck was going to be a service vehicle because it would make a lot of sense, though. You have, like, the satellites on there. Like, you're trying to track Bigfoot or something, you got to go bring some packages to, like, expedition hunters in the middle of nowhere. It would make a lot of sense to me, but nonetheless, though, it is, like, a vehicle for racing and all that. You could use it in service races and stuff like that, but you won't get any tips from the contractor missions, which is unfortunate. But nonetheless, though, if you guys are looking to race and kind of mess around or, like, cruise around in something kind of weird, or you feel like going in the wilderness and driving something like that, this thing would probably be perfect for it because you have the satellite on there tracking stuff. And then obviously for racing, it's not as bad as I thought. 180 miles an hour in any rally raid vehicle is insanely impressive, and I have to admit, I did not think it was going to be this fast. It looks like 160. Hilariously enough, it actually can beat the V8 Defender, which I don't even know what that is. But that truck is still pretty decent, but probably not the greatest choice overall for, like, the contractor missions. Then again, this thing isn't even a service vehicle, so I can't even compare it to it. So that's a little unfortunate there. But for the most part, guys, I would hit level 49 and try this thing out for yourself. You might actually like it. It's pretty cool looking, and it actually handles pretty decently for what it is, and the stability on it is pretty dang good for being a rally raid vehicle. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll show you my settings for this van right now. Definitely check out the Hunter 51.